Hello, hello. Good evening. I am so excited that you're here today. This is Dallas Cohen, the Rebound Coach. And if you're watching me here on Facebook, you notice the lighting is different. And there's a reason for that. My special light that I use when I am coming to you is packed away because it is time. That's hilarious. So I also stream onto Clubhouse and my mic was closed. So I was talking to you, Facebook, but not Clubhouse, which is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So we're just gonna start again. Really glad you're here, whether you're watching or you're listening. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm pretty excited. If you're watching, you notice the lighting is different in here because my light is packed away for the most amazing, spectacular weekend that is coming up this weekend. And I will share a tiny bit about it with you as we go on. But I can't quite wipe the smile off my face because I'm that excited. So we won't be long tonight because I want to share something brief and powerful with you. And if you're joining us on Clubhouse, you can join the room. It's called Trauma, Triggers, and Triage. Listen, then share. And it's in the Sanctuary XP Club if you are on Clubhouse. And you can find me and follow me at Dallas Cohen on Clubhouse. We do the after party over there. So after we share here, I'd love to hear from the folks in the Clubhouse room about their reflections on tonight's topic. So before we get to the topic, if this is your first time meeting me, in a room with me, watching, if this popped up in your feed or someone shared it with you because they're like, you have to hear this, I'm so glad they did. I'm so glad we get a chance to meet. If you're not sure what a rebound coach is, I help people get unstuck, specifically in the area of loving themselves and taking territory back in their relationship with themselves. And that journey started for me a long time ago, but I'm going to give you the short version of the story tonight. The headline is, I was married for 10 years to a man who basically wanted me dead. A serial adulterer. There was mental illness and other challenges in my home. And he left for another woman in 2020, January 2020, right before the world did what the world did. And I found out him and that woman had been plotting my murder for months, which is like the scariest thing that I think I've ever been through in my life. And so I had to make a decision about who I was going to be. And I'm skipping over a lot of details in the interest of time today. But essentially, I had to decide if I was going to allow that person who he had wanted me to be, and I had agreed to at one point in my life to tell me who I was, or I could choose life. So by a series of really amazing, dramatic events, my life was spared. My children and I are safe and we're thriving, we're growing. And I have the blessed opportunity to continue to walk alongside other people in their journey, in their healing journeys, in their freedom journeys. And I've written a book out of my story. It's called I Choose Life, Rewrite Your Love Story and Change Your Legacy. And you can find that at thereboundcoach.com/book, thereboundcoach.com/book. If you want to hear any more of those details, because I went really, really fast, all those details are here, plus receipts if you are into murder mysteries or whodunits. This is your kind of story. But even if you're a survivor and you'd like a roadmap to help you understand how you got to where you are and what to do now, this book is also for you. So again, you find that at thereboundcoach.com/book. And okay, so these topics generally come out of my life experience. I just want to preface that. So today, actually, over the past few weeks, I've been dealing with some loss. And it's not the kind of loss that you would post on Facebook and people would say, I'm so sorry for your loss. right? Like it's doesn't make sense that way. It's kind of a normal happening in life, but it felt like a loss. And I'll kind of give you a bit of the process. Tonight's topic is trauma, triggers, and triage. I like alliteration, y'all. I'm a fan. Trauma, triggers, and triage. How to handle life so life doesn't handle you. Okay. So before we get to triage, because I wanna actually unpack that for a little bit, but I'll tell you what happened for me. A family member, a close family member, is moving out of state, and this is a normal course of life kind of situation. But somehow in my heart, I'm like, ugh, this doesn't feel good. And I'm, at first I was like, that's not going to happen. I was telling myself, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And then it was happening, right? Like this was happening. So I had to face like, oh gosh, this is real. And something in me just felt really like I'm really losing something. But here's the thing. So when this person was not out of state, I didn't go see them very much, right? I kind of took things for granted. And so now that this person is relocating and things just feel like they're going to change forever, I'm not saying that they will, but it feels like things like there's a finality about it. And so I'm kind of grieving. And I found myself like, why am I so sad? This is normal. And my brain is telling myself things. My brain is telling me this is normal. My brain is telling me this is rational. My brain is telling me you should be okay. And my heart is like, no! It's doing singing a whole different song. And so, I do what we all do, right? When we face trauma, we do our best to function. And women, I serve my tribe, my people. I serve high achieving women of faith who've lived through betrayal, trauma, or abuse of any kind and want to reclaim territory in their relationship with themselves. So for those of us who are high achieving people, high functioning people, yeah, trauma can come. We can feel however we feel, but we just keep trucking, right? Like we keep getting stuff done. We got to hit our goals. We're ambitious, right? So I'm doing my thing, right? I'm getting through the day, and little thoughts are like under the surface in the background telling me things. And I'm like, I'm mad at them, right? like I'm mad at them, and I'd find reasons to be like upset. But I'm still doing my thing, right? So fast forward today, or yesterday, it was yesterday. I got additional news about another person kind of leaving my family's life. This person is somebody special to one of my children. And so at first, okay, all right. Like I'm listening to the news and I'm tearing, right? I'm like, oh, why am I tearing up? Like, this is not even that serious, but it is serious, but it's not, it's not worth all of that. And so sitting with that, and I had a second conversation about the situation today, and there were more tears. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. So I can't like press the bypass button anymore. Something's up. And so what I want to walk you through with me today is steps you can take to not have life live you. When we live reactive to our emotions and to circumstances, really, we're letting life live us. And I titled the room Trauma, Triggers, and Triage, because number one, I like alliteration, but also because often trauma triggers us and we don't even realize it. We're just going through our day, or we're quick to justify. Our brains are created and intended and designed to keep us really safe and to keep us functioning well. And so we give ourselves really quick explanations for things. Oh, I'm just tired. Oh, I'm just busy. Oh, I'm just worried about this other thing, when really there's something deep going on. And the third T for triage, I looked it up, and it's really about choosing in a situation where there's a big tragedy happening and a bunch of injured people, deciding who's the most injured and who needs the most help right now and who can wait till later, right? So triage is that mental state of trying to figure out, okay, this is a pressing issue and this is not. And we do this emotionally, spiritually, mentally. We do this all the time with our injuries, with our emotional injuries, with our spiritual injuries, with our intimate injuries. We decide what's bleeding out and what can wait. Here's the issue. We're kind of blinded to some of those wounds, right? Some of the childhood stuff may be like bloody, bloody, gory, oozing, pussy, pulsating wounds, but it doesn't hurt or we don't see that as important as some external situation. So we put all of our energy into this external situation while this other thing like causes internal bleeding, right? And that might be like a gory picture, but when we don't prioritize our own emotional health, and I won't say mental health because that comes with a different set of thoughts, but when we don't prioritize our emotional health, it goes untreated. Untreated wounds don't get better; they get infected. so, so it's really important to not allow life to live us, to get in control and be in control of your emotional state. And here's 3 really quick, not an exhaustive list, not everything you could or should do, just 3 things you can do to handle trauma and triggers when you're deciding how to triage those hard events. Okay, so number 1, pay attention. So in the illustration that I just gave you, I knew that something wasn't quite right. And sometimes we don't want to know what's down the deep, dark hole. And so my prayers started to be, Lord, if there's issues around these people and this person, could you show me? Like, those are the prayers. If there are issues, could you, I'm not sure. Right? So, because if I just sat there with my thoughts, I might get something, I might not, right? But the Holy Spirit already knows what the issue is, and he knows exactly the part of the issue I need to deal with now, and maybe a part I might need to deal with later, right? So pay attention is 1. Pay attention to your heart. Pay attention to your responses, right? So if I'm like busting out in tears over this person, leaving my family's life, there's an element of, okay, I understand why you're upset, but you're like, there's something more. So pay attention. Number 2, get eyes and ears on it. I have the amazing, fortunate blessing of having a best friend in Malikia Courtney, who is hosting Sanctuary with me. And so one of the, things I did as like, oh man, something's going on, I bring it to my friend. Hey, this is what happened. Here's how I'm feeling, right? It can be so extremely helpful to have those second pair of eyes and ears on your heart, not necessarily on your situation, but like on where your mind is, on how you're processing a thing. And if you're not sure, you're like, man, I don't have any friends like that. Here's what I'd say. I'd say 7 out of 10 times, you do have a friend like that, but you might not want to trust them. And that's a different issue, right? Not that someone is not trustworthy, but you're not choosing to trust them. Hey, Stephen, glad you're here. Oftentimes, we do have someone we can say, this is what happened, and here's where my heart is on the matter, right? We can do that. Now, does that mean everybody is equipped to give you great spiritual advice? No. Or is everyone equipped to give you great mental health or financial or even it's not always important that they have the answer for you. Sometimes it's important that they can listen. And 9 times out of 10, if someone's listening, you're going to come up with your own answer. You're going to be able to share and just, you just keep talking, your answer will come. Or someone who can pray with you. That is always a benefit. So number 1, pay attention. Number 2, get eyes and ears on it. And number 3, take action. Okay. And stay accountable. Action can be as simple as journaling, as simple as here's what I'm thinking. It could be as simple as prayer and meditation. Like, all right, uh, this is what's going on with me, God, or I'm not sure what's going on with me. I'm not sure why I'm extra anxious about a situation that doesn't seem to warrant that. I'm not sure why I am extra sad. I'm not sure why I'm just feeling really irritated and annoyed, right? Sometimes your friends can see a pattern where you can't see it, right? It just seems like everyone's taking advantage of you when really that's a story and you're projecting, and that's how you tend to see events that happen, right? But you wouldn't know that. And another pair of eyes and ears can pick that up and say, hey, it kind of seems like you're constantly frustrated at people for the same reason, different people for the same reason. Maybe there's a trend to look at. All right. So take action, stay accountable. And I'll give you a quick example of that, and we're going to wrap up for today. So I don't know about you guys, but I can be a stress eater sometimes, right? I can eat for lots of reasons, but stress is one of them. So dealing with stress recently, and here's the thing about achievers: we constantly feel like we are not doing enough and we haven't done enough, and then we beat ourselves up for all the stuff we haven't done. And so I was in one of those cycles, beating myself up for all the stuff, and I was stressed out. I need to get all these things done. We got sanctuary experience this weekend. I need to get all these things done. Oh my goodness. And I said, I ate dinner, and then I said, I was like, I need to eat something else, or I want to eat something else. And I said to the Holy Spirit, I want to go eat something right now because I am stressed. And I heard back, so what's going to help you more? Eating something because you haven't done X, Y, and Z, or doing X, Y, and Z? Which one of those things are going to help you right now? Doing X, Y, and Z would help me, but food would be so much easier, right? Take action, stay accountable. And action is sometimes just eating the frog, just doing the thing you were trying to put off, because the accomplishment of getting that done would take away that need to fill the stress with food, fill the anxiety with food, or feed the guilt with food, or feed whatever it is, feed an emotion with something that's not a solvent for that emotion and is not in line with my personal goals. Okay. So I just wanted to give you that as an example, because it's common, and it's something that we can take action on. So just want to encourage you. Trauma happens to all of us in different ways. Triggers happen to all of us in different ways. We get to decide what's important and what gets our attention. And if we stay in cycles of paying attention to things that don't serve us, paying attention to trying to be responsible for other people's emotions don't serve us. Being responsible for other people's actions don't serve us, right? It's harder to turn that energy inward, but far, far more productive. And so if you would like support in helping you unpack your traumas, handle triggers more healthily, that's a word, more healthily, better, handle your triggers better, and help decide on what's more important for you to deal with first, we have an amazing experience coming up this very weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We are a plane ride away. I'm still saying, like, if it's your first time hearing about this, you can still do this. I'm just saying. We're in Clearwater Beach, Florida. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. It's called the Sanctuary Experience, and you can find out more information at thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary. And with that, we are 19 minutes and 39 seconds, and we're wrapping up, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this community and I'm excited for your breakthrough. Until next time, choose life.